Mr. Anderson, Pablo's English teacher, also taught Pablo how to use a computer some years later. Mr. Anderson made a point of telling Pablo he must also continue to write in his big notebook to keep up his English handwriting skills. This was not a problem. Pablo liked writing now by hand and had many scrapbooks to write in now. Mr. Anderson also gave Pablo lots of scrap paper printed only on one side. Pablo wrote in English on the other side, sometimes only in pen and pencil when he had run out of coloured pens. Pablo liked the computer because he could not spell well, even in his own language. When he first started writing in a book, Pablo's writing was messy, and he could not write in between the small lines in the English writing books his school provided. Mr. Anderson, his teacher, had noticed. That's when Mr. Anderson gave him a book with no lines and showed Pablo how to write the letters much larger. And that was when Pablo suddenly decided he loved writing. Heck, you don't need lines, Pablo. You're a creative man, like me, Mr. Anderson said. Wow, Pablo thought. Mr. Anderson and I do have something in common. Pablo thought this was great. So Pablo worked hard to keep writing in large letters and in different colours in his large notebooks. He also liked showing Mr. Anderson all of his new words in English he could write. Sometimes Pablo would make books out of the paper Mr. Anderson gave him by making a hole in the top left-hand corner and tying a string through the pages. Pablo liked to write stories in English and even wrote one about pirates. In Pablo's pirate story, the pirates swam out from under the boat through a special hole under the boat and climbed up on the other ship to take it over and rescue a girl in distress.